Good day, everyone. I'm Vin Robinson, and this is C2C News. Today in Top Stories. Global warming. A report conducted by the UN Environment Program states the world is on track for a 2.5 to 2.9 rise above pre-industrial levels this century. How does this affect our climate here in Manitoba?
Global warming has become an increasingly pressing issue in Manitoba as the region experiences noticeable changes in its climate patterns. Winnipeg has historically been characterized by cold winters and warm summers. However, the impact of global warming is becoming evident with rising average temperatures and shifting weather patterns. One of the most significant effects of global warming in Winnipeg is the alteration of the region's seasonal climate. Winters are becoming milder with fewer extreme cold days and reduced snowfall, while summers are becoming hotter, leading to more frequent heat waves. These changes have implications for various aspects of life in our city, including agriculture, infrastructure, and public health. For instance, changes in temperature and precipitation patterns can affect crop yields and agriculture practices in the surrounding areas, which are vital to the region's economy. Furthermore, global warming has the potential to exacerbate extreme weather events in Winnipeg, such as heavy rainfall and flooding. As the climate continues to warm, the risk of intense storms and flooding is likely to increase, posing challenges for urban infrastructure and water management systems. In response to these challenges, the local government and various organizations in Winnipeg are taking steps to address and mitigate the impact of global warming. Initiatives include promoting sustainable practices, investing in renewable energy, and implementing measures to increase the city's resilience to extreme weather events. As global warming continues to reshape the climate of our whole planet, but also in our city, it is essential for the community to remain vigilant and proactive in adapting to these changes while working to reduce the contributing factors to global warming. By taking collective action, Winnipeggers can strive to mitigate the impact of global warming and build a more sustainable and resilient future for the city and its inhabitants.
Welcome back to Top Stories. Homelessness, individuals and families that lack a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence in our city of Winnipeg.
In the heart of Winnipeg, homelessness is a challenge that demands our collective attention. Recent data from End Homelessness, a Winnipeg nonprofit, reveals that many people lack housing in the city. As of November 2023, 145 souls endure chronic homelessness in emergency shelters, while 1,350 seek solace in adult shelters. Many experts also have suggested these numbers may be higher, as these are only people that have been counted. The numbers are not just statistics, they are faces, stories, and lives at alarming crossroads. This crisis has spurred organizations, the city, and all levels of government into active collaboration, recognizing the urgency to address Winnipeg's burgeoning homelessness problem, notably among the Indigenous community. At the heart of this predicament lies the federal government's acknowledgement of two critical factors: the shortage of affordable housing and the entanglement of red tape in municipal administrations. These elements intertwine, creating a web obstructing the swift implementation of necessary housing projects. In response, the federal government has implemented the Rapid Housing Initiative Plan, offering substantial funding as a catalyst for municipalities willing to cut through bureaucratic complexities. In this crisis, Winnipeg's Mayor Scott Gillingham and the Council have applied for funding under the Housing Initiative. With a vote of 5-1 to amend zoning bylaws, the city is inching closer to the federal requirements to tackle housing red tape, paving the way to qualify for significant funding. Mayor Gillingham's request for $192 million underscores the urgency to unlock the potential of the Housing Accelerator Fund, recognizing its pivotal role in addressing the homelessness crisis. Mayor Gillingham was quoted saying, "Unlocking federal funding is key to adding more affordable housing for families and young people. We have laid out a bold plan that would create more than 15,000 new homes in Winnipeg over the next 10 years. The speed to find sustainable solutions is more than a policy imperative. It is a matter of dignity and respect for every individual experiencing homelessness. This is particularly crucial for the Indigenous and BIPOC communities who bear a disproportionate burden of the crisis. As we navigate the labyrinth of challenges, the emphasis on finding solutions is not just a call to action, but a moral imperative." A recent federal government announcement brought hope to several municipalities during a visit to Manitoba. Parliamentary Secretary Chris Biddle unveiled investments totaling $348,161 for various communities, offering a lifeline to repair affordable apartments and emergency homeless units. Brandon St. Rose District in Handyvan and the town of Carberry are among the beneficiaries. Federal Housing Minister Sean Fraser acknowledged Winnipeg and other cities for championing motions at their council to cut red tape and create the homes that have been missing. There has yet to be an official announcement regarding the City of Winnipeg's application for funding under the Rapid Housing Initiative. However, a palpable sense of optimism emanates from the Federal Housing Minister, who has consistently expressed satisfaction with cities, including Winnipeg, taking proactive steps, such as amending zoning bylaws to facilitate more housing. The government eagerly anticipates the day when a formal announcement will be made in Winnipeg. When this announcement materializes, it holds the promise of transformative change for the individuals who have long endured homelessness. It signifies the potential for a brighter future where secure housing becomes a reality, providing dignity and stability to those without for far too long. Winnipeg's journey to address homelessness by securing funding under the Rapid Housing Initiative is pivotal. The unspoken anticipation and signals from the federal government affirm the collective commitment to ushering in positive change. As we await the federal announcement, we envision a city where the shadows of homelessness dissipate, replaced by the warmth of secure homes. The promise of this impending announcement is not merely bureaucratic, it resonates as a beacon of hope for those who have endured the harsh realities of life without a stable place to call home. It is a promise that Winnipeg is on the cusp of a transformative era where every citizen, regardless of circumstance, can look forward to a future grounded in dignity, respect, and home security.
Welcome back to Top Stories. Newly elected Chief Assembly of First Nations, Cindy Woodhouse, an agenda of human rights from the capital to Manitoba.
Cindy Woodhouse, the Regional Chief of Manitoba, has ascended to National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations in the December 2023 election held in Ottawa. Notably, she is the second woman to be elected, succeeding Chief Roseanne Archibald, whose term was cut short after being removed by a majority vote from the position by the Chiefs in Council. Founded in 1982 and patterned after the United Nations General Assembly, the AFN originated from the dissolution of the National Indian Brotherhood in the late 1970s. That was following 6 rounds of voting and emerging victorious, securing the majority support from Canada's chiefs. Woodhouse now stands alongside 2 other Manitoba chiefs who have previously represented the organization, Ovide McCready, who held the position from 1991 to 1997, and Phil Fontaine, who served from 1997 to 2000 and again from 2003 to 2009. National Chief Woodhouse was quoted as saying, "I want to thank the chiefs that came before me. My role every day is to answer the call of the chiefs. The office is yours. I uplift you all." Her appointment comes at a crucial juncture, requiring her to address numerous national issues while focusing on the pressing matters at the civic level, particularly in her home province. One significant challenge awaiting her immediate attention is the prevailing housing crisis and homelessness affecting the Indigenous community. As the national chief, she inherits a situation exacerbated by systemic issues, and her effectiveness in addressing these concerns will be a litmus test for her tenure. The focus must shift beyond mere acknowledgement of the problems to concrete, actionable steps that bring tangible improvements. Furthermore, transitioning from a regional to a national role adds another layer of complexity, and one must be able to navigate intricate national dynamics while keeping a keen eye on the grassroots issues in Manitoba. Balancing the diverse needs of various Indigenous communities nationwide demands a delicate touch and strategic insight. Simultaneously, addressing the specific challenges each Indigenous community faces adds complexity to the task. Successfully navigating these intricate considerations is essential for fostering meaningful and inclusive progress. The Indigenous community is optimistic about improved quality of life under the new chief. While embracing this spirit, it is essential to understand the journey ahead may present challenges, and the effectiveness of her leadership will be assessed based on the tangible improvements in the lives of the First Nation people, particularly in areas such as housing and homelessness, employment, and reconciliation. The absence of overly optimistic descriptors emphasizes the need for a pragmatic approach to her challenges, particularly Manitoba's housing crisis and homelessness. As the third chief from Manitoba and the second woman to hold this office, her tenure will be closely observed, and her ability to navigate national and local issues will shape perceptions of her leadership.
Midwest Exhibition Series presents a Black Basketball Tribute, otherwise known as Games of Peace. Blackout details available on coasttocoastsports.net. And now health. Today's fit tip. Join us with community partner Vic from Vic's Fitness as we discuss some basic tips for getting out, getting active, and getting involved. Today is an exciting day. We're here at the Assiniboine Athletic Club with Vic from Vic Fitness. Vic, thanks for being here today with us on the show. Now, we got a little bit of the intro there, seeing your terrific vehicle and how people can find you throughout the city for the services that you provide. But let's talk a little bit about being a new client, a new fitness client. I'm coming into the gym, 46 years old, just about, coming up in January. How would you begin to assess myself or take me through the hoops of what the journey is going to be?
Most importantly, I'd like to find out what is important to you right now, health and lifestyle balance-wise. What's most important?
Okay, so for instance, let's go through some of that. So primarily right now, it's more about lifestyle for me. Just being able to get out, get active, get involved, maybe get a certain amount of steps in during the day, and have good nutrition. So if we kind of go through a little bit of that, give me a Cole's notes on
Okay, good. So getting active, what we want to do is get your body a little bit more healthy. And one of the first things I like to do with any individual is have a look at what your heart rate's doing and your blood pressure.
Okay.
Blood pressure is the second step that we can do at a part two, but heart rate is really interesting because we can have a look to see and design very easily a fun cardiovascular type of program to get your heart rate going, increase metabolism and energy. So if you like, we can have a look through and make our way through that area if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the great things I found when you kind of answer the question, you're asking me about what my goals are. And I felt that just in those two, that question, that opportunity, it gave me the indication that you kind of care a little bit more than you were just trying to get me up and active and getting me going. And I think that that's a terrific component. So you want to talk a little bit about that compassion aspect?
That's a great point. The big thing about anyone coming to the gym, first of all, is they need the right kind of guidance and goals. So one of the goals that I see often is people just want to start to feel better and drop a little bit of weight. So how you do that is really key. How to utilize the machine, how many reps and how many sets do you do. Also, the information age has given us so much and it's super confusing and a lot of it's misleading. So when we work together, it becomes easier to set the goals and to achieve them with some sustainability. And it makes it fun, right? So what we do is we look at how many reps and sets to do? Do we need to do stretching? If so, what areas? And then we talk a little bit also about food, How often do you eat? What do you like to eat? And then we set some goals in that area.
Now, Vic, I think it's got to be well over 20, 25 years that we first come across each other. You've been doing this for quite some time.
27 years.
27 years, so I was pretty close in that number. And you've been through, I guess, a number of facilities in the area, in downtown Winnipeg. But I've been coming here for about 18 years, which is the Assiniboine Athletic Club. What I notice here is that it's kind of like a family. And I think in that family setting, it helps me heal when I'm injured. I want to talk to you a little bit about how clients can find you, because this is where you operate out of right now. Is that correct?
Exactly. I train my clients out of here exclusively.
Okay. And some of the benefits, I suppose, would be the weights, the pool.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the biggest things just right off the bat is the ease of which you can come here and park.
Okay.
You just enter the parking, and all members get 2 hours of free parking per visit, which is incredible.
Downtown Winnipeg.
And it is, especially when it's the weather's maybe a little bit inclement.
Right.
Yes. You just come up to the third floor, and then you come out of the park gate right in here, and it's super easy. Car is safe, right? And protected. You come in, and it makes it super easy.
Right. And it was, you said inclement weather. Well, if you're a true Winnipegger, you know that means the northern tundra. So he's just trying to be polite about it. So take advantage of the 2-hour parking. Vic, we wanted to talk about heart rate. So when we get back from this commercial break, we'll step into the gym. We'll check out some of the equipment and get a little bit more into that heart rate. And maybe ask a few questions about
That's a great idea. I'd love to.
Okay, we'll be right back. Midwest Exhibition Series presents a Black Basketball Tribute, otherwise known as Games of Peace. Blackout details available on coasttocoastsports.net. In today's traffic report, it's important to remember when you're getting into your vehicle with sub-below temperatures to let your vehicle warm up. Turn on the defrost, let those windows melt, and scrape away the ice as it happens. If you don't, it might block your vision. You could have a blind spot in your mirrors, which could cause an accident. Just allow yourself to be warm, prepared, and ready when you get in your vehicle for your morning or afternoon or evening commute. And that is today's traffic tip. Midwest Exhibition Series presents a Black Basketball Tribute, otherwise known as Games of Peace. Blackout details available on coasttocoastsports.net. Now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with the Sport Report. Now, we had an event like no other that took place in January, where we had All-Star Weekend from Midwest Basketball hit Winnipeg, Manitoba. These athletes stepped up their play for one reason and one reason only: to show out. That catalyst has given these young athletes the opportunity to propel to East Toronto for a pro tryout coming in April of 2024. Now, some of these athletes through the exhibition series have been given opportunities now that they have showcased to do what we call load management. So if their body has been beat up, they've already showcased, we know what they have to offer. We at Midwest Basketball get an opportunity to make a roster of 10. So that roster of 10 is going to be 5 Americans and 5 Canadians to make North meet America. And we're going to be in Toronto, North York, showing the best capabilities that we have to offer on the hardwood. So this is something that you don't want to miss. In the meantime, though, what you want to do is check out some of the highlights from All-Star Weekend. Zyko West is a standout, in addition to JoJo, that had some highlights and dunks over some players that we just didn't expect. So check out some of this footage. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Entertainment. Black History Month is here and had a great opening event held at the Manitoba Museum and left many anxious for the next annual, while allowing opportunity for some old exhibits and some new ones to be seen. Take a walk with us through these exhibits and see what our city has to offer. Coming soon to our program, World News with Zuhair Al-Muzer. We leave you today with the joy of spring in the air. I'm Vin Robinson signing off from C2C News. Until next time, everyone. C2C News, Manitoba's people of color, local news, weather, sports, civic coverage, and breaking reports. C2C SN will cover local news, weather, forecasts, traffic updates, health reports, notice of events, and items of interest in the community from the BIPOC perspective.